As we were saying last time, we cut off the end where you were facing the unbidden and his weird doll-like sex with another woman with which you couldn't identify, and there are three other women on the ground, kind of like in the same shape of those you found on the lower floor, so fingernails were violently cut. Maybe they're missing an eye or other missing parts of the body, which are currently decorating this throne. And we really didn't talk about the wall behind the throne, which has this kind of labyrinth of tubes and pipes, which are creating this sort of machine pulsating like a beating heart. And from one of the pipes, you can see that a thing like some sort of red liquid is dripping. And you can see that in the first moments of your confrontation, something that you notice immediately, these women are very close to this liquid, but they do not dare to touch it. So they're kind of like, they really like to launch itself and leak it on the floor, but they're probably kept at bay by the presence of their master. And the first thing that the unbeaten does when he, and remember, you know exactly that this is the unbeaten.
You mentioned
it's total live. Yeah. The first thing that he does.
Wait. Can you first tell us?
Yes.
I assume that we are in this master bedroom.
Yes.
Okay. I also.
Sure.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Sorry, it's a silly question, but I needed to know. Okay.
Yeah, the small rectangles intersecting the room are windows. So I'm considering there's windows behind your back.
Right.
And it's currently closed, so there's not much light coming in, but you have a good visual of the surrounding and the entire room that is quite devastated, and etc., as we talked before. And the first thing, yeah, Pedro.
I have two questions.
Yeah,
to situate myself.
That's right.
Okay, so first thing, I remember that last time we knew that there were about 3 sources of essence in the building.
Yes.
Do we have any notion, like, of their more or less of their location according to this apartment map? Like, you
remember that they were on the same floor.
Yeah, so it would be the first floor, I think. The top floor where we are now, basically.
The top floor.
Right. So besides that, we don't know anything else. We can't know anything else. Okay. And
the only thing you know is that one of the font of the this flowing essence is the unbidden, and it's quite unusual because you don't have a clear understanding of what an unbidden is until he sheds of his human form and becomes an avatar.
This is a weird presentation.
Yeah. And what about Alicia Walker, the sister of the other guy? Do we recognize her among the among the 3 women?
Yeah, I'm imagining that since you have, of course, a visual presentation, it's one of the women that is currently laid on the floor, and she's very battered and shaken. It will be hard to recognize her if it's not for the description of his brother, and maybe he gave you some kind of specifics. You can quite identify this woman as Alicia, but she's not in good shape.
Okay.
Surely.
Okay. And I have one third question, which is not directly to do with this, but it's just to situate me fictionally.
Yes.
My stalker, is this the first time that he acts as a stalker, or is it more like I just came
There
to
are
this
no
room?
informations about
Yeah.
it in the book, so I
Yeah.
assume you can just decide if it's a veteran.
I think I will just, so that everyone knows, I will probably just assume that this is probably my first intervention,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
just for fictional
Right.
context. So he knows the stuff and blah, 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 in generally speaking, but this is his first
I see.
time that he goes into something.
Yeah,
That is
that's it.
all. I'm sorry for the interruption.
No, it's okay.
Poor Adriano. I had an idea earlier about when we started. Could we each say our keys of humanity?
Right.
Just list them,
Sure.
just so that,
Mhm.
and I'm partly for ourselves. Just once you say them out loud, then you can hook into your character a little better for this game. So Hazard's keys of humanity are compassion, memory, hatred, desperation, and remembrance. The memory is specific, it is a memory, whereas remembrance is a principle.
For Lilith, her keys are compassion, vengeance, curiosity, rue, and carnality.
Okay, and for Mask, and I will share the updated page later because I added some stuff. But the keys are virtuous keys: compassion, empathy, patience, and then the flawed keys are temptation and indolence.
Oh my god. Carnality, temptation, and indolence do seem pretty much
It's a great
in
group of
evidence.
stalkers,
Right.
this. Yeah.
Pretty much right in front of our
We're a
eyes.
Puritan's nightmare here. Yeah.
Yeah, but especially like in this situation, right? I mean, those things are like on dramatic display right in front of us.
Right,
So,
right. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, in grotesque form, of course, but
Yeah.
so us too. So, okay, cool. All right, that clarifies a lot for me just to have those listed out loud.
Okay. And as I was saying, the first thing that the unbidden does the moment she notices you, she kind of relaxes her muscles, and you can see the other woman turning to see you. She's a small, almost a teenager, a small woman with probably Asian, but I'm thinking that you can quite be sure about it because she has this kind of gigantic sunglasses with these emerald lenses. No, that she looks like this kind of giant beetle. The moment she looks at you, kind of like I would say almost with the visible expression on her face, while the unbidden just reaches through one of their pockets, takes a sample of these red rocks that you had already known by the accounts of Jonathan and the first-hand experience on the crime scene, and just tosses the bag at you and just says, "Take it." That's all right. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. Just take it.
I don't pick it up. I let it fall on the floor unless anyone else wants to pick it up when she tosses it. I'm just looking at her.
Yeah, I think Lilith is stepping forward, and I don't even think we need to my thought here is we don't even need to say anything. Well, it'll be clear who we are, once the bullets start flying here. And I also want to say, those big glasses, I'm just imagining how cool the movie shot would be, like all three of us, reflected in those glasses. That'd be awesome.
Does the unbeaten know who we are? Unbeaten
Probably
recognizes her?
not yet.
Ordinarily. Okay, well, maybe we can play that with dialogue among us.
Yeah.
So are you...
So I turn to you.
Mhm.
I turn to the husk. And I ask, does it know who we are?
It thinks that it's a person. It thinks that it's really here. It thinks that it belongs in this time and is attempting to mesh here. Usually that is, but this is a little different. It doesn't look right. Something's wrong with even its cover, its mask. It's not doing this ordinarily. And so this one, I don't know. Usually we have to strip it of its attempts to blend in. This one isn't even trying. And so I'm actually going to address the unbidden. And I would say, do you know why you're here?
I know that everyone that comes here comes for a reason, and only one. Love. Have you come to love me? Are you my new lovers?
Our love can restore you to your greatness. But we don't want what you are offering here.
Already great. Look. And he just shows, like, is it like this is some kind of throne room decorated with the most embellished decorations, golden, silver, and she says, I have everything I need here. People love me.
I'll say to Mask, it does not know.
Mass nods.
Because once they're just out of character for a second, once they're stripped of once they're in their avatar form, they know what they are, right? And will be very frank often about why they're here and what they want to achieve here. As sort of an alien being, a god. But now, while they're like totally like enmeshed in their disguise, but this one's really shitty at its disguise. It's like, usually we can't tell that it's an unbidden. It's actually quite difficult.
It's almost impossible to contain its essence. It's like
but this one's
blowing
outside. All over the place.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Yeah. So this is freaking weird. And you know what? I'm shake my head a little bit and just shake my head and say, these people are tormented. They are. And I'm speaking to my fellow stalkers. These people are tormented.
Okay.
These people are and just looking at the unbidden, and I'm going to say, take it down, strip that off it.
I raise my hand.
Yeah.
I raise my hand when you do that, and I say, give me just a second. I'll try some.
All right. Because I'm like going almost into like pure survival.
Yeah, that's what I'm sensing. So before the shitstorm starts, I turn to the unbidden and I say, we are here to, let's say, negotiate, but we would like to talk with you in private. Do you mind if we take these people out of here for a moment so that we can have a quiet talk? Business talk.
Reaction is almost, it's completely unexpected because you have this note of panic and at the same time fury about the prospect of being in private, and he just kind of, just steps up and it says, "You're not going to separate me from my lovers." And the other woman, the one with the emerald glasses, she begins to, circling you
Yeah, minion.
in a way,
Yeah.
sneakily. She just like a shark looking for a prey.
I'm tagging that one as a minion in a husk. That's my I'm may risk.
Mhm.
I may risk it by simply going after that one full force. We do not want a powerful shadow, an embodied shadow on our backs. But who knows? I mean, who knows what the right approach is here? Okay, but so
I speak to the unbidden. I would speak to the unbidden again and say, we could make a trade. We can become your new lovers in trade for these ones.
She's
I will
very...
just take them down the corridor and I will come back.
Yeah, sure. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, what do I roll?
You want to charm your way through an unbidden?
Yes, I'm a good charmer.
If it doesn't
Let's see
know
if the
that it's an
roll goes
unbidden,
well.
if it thinks it's a guru, love drug guru, then
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
But I've got no charm, so I'm not saying
No, it's
anything.
this too. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going. So this is presence. Okay.
Ah, shit. I needed my GM screen. Okay.
You're also becoming a very big head, Adriano.
That's. If we have
Mm-hmm.
clear something for me. If we have 3 dice that are the same, do I sum the 3 dice?
Yeah. All matches.
Okay, so I have all matches. So I have 4, 4, 4. So that's 12. Plus I have charm 4. So
Wow.
that's the 16.
Oh my God! Oh, we found our partner, Lilith. we need that guy.
We'll have him do the interviews in future.
Yeah.
Supplements.
Official interviewer of the
We'll just loom. He'll talk. We'll loom.
Exactly.
You check the surroundings while I do the talking.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Adriano's looking up difficulties and discovering that it's like, triple figures or something.
No, it's okay. I'm thinking about, that the Unbidden is a bit confused, but at the same time intrigued by your proposition.